He's gonna buy me a mockingbird, and if that bird don't sing,
I'm gonna buy her a diamond ring. Best movie ever made.
No, it's fantastic.
Best comedy ever made, hands down.
Devin does this thing when we're driving. He'll do the what is it?
Feels like you're running at an incredible speed, Harry.
It cracks me up. It's great.
Oh, man. So, rest in peace to the retarded people of the OceanGate submarine.
Rest in peace. I miss them. And shout out, though, the shining star of this whole thing.
Yeah.
Because you always, one of the nice things when tragedy happens is that a lot of the times a hero emerges from the whole thing.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm, of course, talking about the stepson.
And that, yes,
That kid kicks ass.
that
dude.
hero is this man right here.
I fucking love
What a
this
god
guy.
walking amongst mere mortals this kid is.
We don't deserve him.
Yeah, I love those autistic retards that like every smile is like that. They still haven't figured out how to smile yet.
The stepson of missing billionaire Hamish Harding, one of the 5 people on the Lost Titanic submersible, posted a message about his stepfather. And you know look at his stepfather. He looks like a fucking girl with the dragon tattooed, fucking Nazi. Had a whole basement full of fucking Nazi memorabilia and China and a torture chamber.
Yeah.
So the kid posted, Hamish, my stepdad is lost in a submarine. Thoughts and prayers that the rescue mission will be successful. Then he posted, before announcing just minutes later that he'd be attending a Blink-182 concert. Which is weird, because I was just at a Blink-182 concert, and they rocked it. And I met a guy that looked like him, and he said he was about to inherit millions. So,
sick.
we're going to bring him on the show. He's going to be a new co-host. Yeah, this kid kicks ass. It might be distasteful being here, but my family would want me to be at the Blink-182 show, as it's my favorite band, and music helps me in difficult times.
He goes, my dad, who's just been crushed in a submarine at the bottom of the ocean, he knows Blink-182 is my favorite band. He wants me to be here.
He wants me to be here. This is what my stepfather would want.
All the
And then
small
he was
things.
tweeting at Tom DeLonge.
Oh, he
was
was?
tagging the band and tweeting. He tagged like Travis Barker, Tom DeLonge, the other guy, and he was basically like, "Hey guys, Dad's in the sub. I'm at the concert." And then they found him, and they got him like backstage passes and
Yeah,
shit.
he had the night of his life.
He was the best night of his life.
I mean, listen, nobody likes their stepdad.
No.
Especially if
also
they're
like
a billionaire.
40, dude.
Yeah, especially if they're a fucking billionaire going down to see the Titanic and not taking you.
I don't want to meet him.
He's all pissed. He didn't go on the
"Fuck."
trip.
Yeah, what if he's suicidal? He's like, I would have been great.
Wasn't there like a 19-year-old in there? Too?
Yeah,
The
there was
other billionaire took his son.
The other
But the son
billionaire-
didn't want to go.
Yeah, the other billionaire forced him.
Did you hear that? The son
No,
was
I
like
didn't
really
know.
scared for like weeks leading up to it. And the guy was like, dude, it's going to be fine,
That
bro.
sucks.
He's like, get in there, fag.
Stop being a little queer, son.
Stop being a little queer, bitch.
Hey, Rachel, bag it, dude. You're going to get in that sub.
Dad, what's this with this remote?
3 miles down, bro.
Did you see the Chad stepson also did the OnlyFans thing?
No,
That's
what's that?
cool.
Oh my
Oh,
fuck.
you didn't see this, Dev?
This is the best thing that he did. So
Well, he's horny.
Just do like Submarine Stepson OnlyFans.
Yeah.
This is what he did the 2 best tweets.
Oh, he flirted with an OnlyFans model. That's right, trying to get sympathy pussy.
Right, so he tweeted once like, "Hey, please keep my family in your thoughts and prayers, like much appreciated." And then his very next tweet was like a retweet of a chick who's posting her ass saying, "Can I sit on you?"
And he goes, yes, please.
Yeah, that kicks ass.
Good for him, dude. He's really using it well.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has this fantasy of getting sympathy for people you don't actually care about dying, but like everyone thinks you cared about them, and now you could use it.
He's getting submarine pussy. off
Submarine
this.
sympathy pussy.
Yeah.
And God bless him, man. God bless him.
He's handling it better than anyone else.
Yeah, we all could learn a thing or two from Brian, the audio guy 182 on Twitter.
Is that his name?
Oh, he's an audio guy.
Whose stepfather just imploded.
If anyone knows him, we'd like to have him on the podcast. I actually think that he's doing this, he's handling this like
if
as
anyone
good as-
knows Brian at audio guy 182, we want him on Hate Watch.
And I'll try to get him pussy too. I've been I'll do announcements for him. I'll do pussy announcements for him. I'm gonna do everything in my power to have like a chick sit on his face because his family just died in a submarine.
Yeah, we should build. We should buy a submarine that like is impenetrable and go with him and see the Titanic, and he can like flip off his dad down there like through the glass.
We take him to his dad's bones floating around.
Well, they were turned into soup.
Yeah, how crazy would it be if your dad imploded, dude?
Look at this. This is what they think it looked like. Where the fuck?
Like, imagine if this happened to your dad, Devan.
Oh, this is the best fucking. There's so many good things that came from this. But you have to show who made this.
Oh,
who made it?
Who made it?
We'll go back to the. Scroll up and just click.
Students from the Kabul Polytechnic Institute of Engineering.
Taliban public.
So the Taliban has their own PR department, and they make stuff like this. And so the Taliban made this.
Oh, that's sick.
Not kidding.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
This was a wonderful demonstration.
Thanks, guys.
The Taliban's like, we love explosions.
Dude, they put
so like, we're on it.
Listen to this music.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
They recycled the animation from the Langoliers too, apparently.
Is that looks like Wes Anderson's new movie? Man,
crazy.
Look at the comments too. Everyone's like making.
They did a wonderful job given the short time frame. May Allah have mercy on those 5 men.
Like all these terrorist dudes are like, oh, it looks good to me.
Yeah, Jihad John's like, rest in peace to a retarded billionaire. My friend can make better 3D animations on Blender if you have. Now people are like trying to get jobs out of it.
This is funny though because the Taliban responds and they're like, okay, tell your friend to
We will get in touch with you, Mr. Shaheen. Thank you.
Dude, please behave yourself, Mr. Ryan.
Can you hire the Taliban on Upwork? Be like,
oh yeah,
I don't know,
I'm sure you
make
can.
me a decal for my Tacoma.
I bet you could pay him to do something. They'll write captions for a video or something.
What a bizarre fucking week this has been. You know, they died like within an hour. And they fucking the Navy knew, and they let everyone be on this fucking wild fucking goose chase for 3-4 days.
You want to know something really weird? My mom, maybe we call her or something. She messaged me earlier, and she goes, "Hey, I have this friend at Arrowhead Country Club. She owns several submarines. She has like jets. She owns a bunch of different companies. She's an expert on submersibles. Somebody from the Navy just called her and told her that they know it's imploded."
Wow.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
So, and then, like, when did they announce it?
Cameron knew early, too.
They didn't tell anybody, probably, because I think there was this Hunter Biden info.
I saw that conspiracy.
They probably just wanted to, like, let this be the news and not that.
Well, so
That's fucking smart.
I saw it online, but it made sense to me.
I think what happened is that the transponder stopped pinging, and then they're like, well, there are only a couple of explanations. It's either the signal's blocked because they're trapped in the wreckage of the Titanic, or they imploded. So
and plus the boom, it's gonna like put 2 and 2 together.
The boom?
Yeah, they heard a boom.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
No, that's the all these like subs. You can hear these. There's like things that monitor sound underwater, and like all these like people heard a boom, and then they lost contact with the sub. That's what James Cameron said. James Cameron was like, I knew Monday the sub.
Yeah, we have Cameron up here. We'll watch him in a second. But it was retarded. I mean, listen, man. I've never seen anything stupider in my life than this. When I saw like the controls they use, you don't tell people like you pay me $250,000. I'll take you to see the Titanic. I just got to make a quick stop at Best Buy.
You should pull that up. Show what it looked like.
It's like a Mad Catz controller. It's not even a real 360 controller.
I know. It's
like the one you give your buddy when you're playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, it's the little brother controller.
This is interesting. This was 6 months ago. This is a whole CBS breakdown of what it was, and the guy's explaining it, and how they're going to start charging people. So this is before everything.
Okay.
And you could see, and the guy at CBS made it to the Titanic with them. And it's crazy.
Why is she dressed
Hard
like
to
she's on the
refuse.
Titanic?
Our David Pogue was invited recently to join the highly select and very small group of people who've actually made it to the bottom of the Atlantic.
By the way, you guys want to know, I have another conspiracy I found online, and I'm going to run with it. The Titanic was shot down by bankers. Yes. Hey, listen to this. Okay, so Jacob Allstott, I think, was his name.
Okay.
He used to own like everything. One of these guys that just owned the world, and he didn't want a centralized bank.
Got
But
it.
J.P. Morgan, Rothschild, and Rockefeller did. And so, one day they all go, let's all go on a little cruise, thing called the Titanic. And Jacob Allstat gets on, Rothschild, J.P. Morgan, Rockefeller get on, but right at the last minute, Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, and Rothschild, they just leave real quick. The Splash Brothers, they would walk right out of there.
Yeah.
And Jacob Allstat stays.
He didn't get a lifeboat?
He couldn't get on a lifeboat.
Wait, is this real?
Yeah, this is real. He died, and then weeks later, they made the centralized banks.
That's pretty fucked.
So they, obviously, these guys, these fucking people, we all know that we're controlled. They planted an iceberg there.
And Leo spit roasted his wife.
Yeah.
That was probably Allstat's wife. Yeah. Anyway, let's run with that. So
Okay.
that's true, and you guys, I don't want to hear it.
That's fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
They fired
Confirmed.
iceberg missiles at the Titanic.
I don't want to hear
Mr.
anybody
Freeze.
These
say
evil-
anything about an iceberg ever
Yeah.
again.
It was the deep state.
It was a missile from the deep state.
End of story.
To view firsthand the eerie remains of the Titanic. It promised to be quite a journey, quite a story besides.
Maybe you've heard the story of the Titanic.
Iceberg, right ahead!
I think there was a movie about it.
Very good.
Our obsession with the Titanic's hilarious. It's like at some point, in 60 years, are you going to be able to take a plane ride into the towers? I'm going to experience something.
It's like
What was it like?
For the most part, the only people who've ever seen the Titanic since that night have been scientists. Until now.
It's a very unusual business. It's its own category. It's a
that
new
dude was in there, right?
type
Yeah, he's
of
dead.
Yeah.
Travel.
Stockton Rush is the CEO of OceanGate.
He's
a
like,
company
so what
that
I
offers
did was
dives to the
I
Titanic.
have a cooler, right? Like an ice cooler, and I have an HDMI cable. And then I just charge these billionaires $250,000, and I'm like, I think I'm a genius. I'm really arrogant. I have a big ego. I'm kind of like Walter White. I probably got kicked out of like my own Granite State company a long time ago, and now my plan is to implode people.
He's on Shark Tank like, hey, sharks, my business is crushing billionaires in a tin can.
He's got those pedals like a bicycle.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna go down to the Titanic. I'm gonna get a bunch of people to fit inside the water cartridge of a water gun.
You see the sub? It's going to look like a CO2 tank pretty soon, okay?
in a one-of-a-kind carbon fiber submersible.
That thing looks like
for
shit, dude.
$250,000 per person.
Who are the typical...
Yeah, I don't know anything about submarines. That every time I've seen a picture, I'm like, that looks like utter shit.
Yeah, they look
Every
horrible.
submarine I've seen it's a fucking tank. It's steel or it's whatever. It's not. This is not Das Boat.
Yeah, it looks like a propane tank. It looks like the Das Boot. It's
Boot,
like they,
yeah,
it's
Das
like they
Boot.
shove the. It's like those things you return at the gas station.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's sad. It looks like something you buy at Lowe's.
Those egg fucking barbecues.
Yeah.
for these missions. We have clients that are Titanic enthusiasts, which we refer to as Titaniacs. We've had people who have mortgaged their
I'm a
home
bit of a Titaniac.
Jesus.
and do the trip. And we have people who don't think twice about a trip of this cost. We had one gentleman who had won the lottery.
And this summer, Rush invited
Damn, that
us
boat
to
kicks
come along.
ass.
We departed from St. John's, Newfoundland, Canada, the easternmost tip of North America, about 400 miles from the Titanic.
Oh, it's up there.
I didn't know that either.
I didn't know that. I
It's
pictured,
right
it
by
was, I pictured
Canada.
it was like by like fucking.
I thought
like
middle of the
Falklands.
ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Aboard a chartered oil rig servicing ship.
That ship's cool.
During our 2-day journey into the North Atlantic, we got to know our fellow adventurers.
They're all
including everyone
fags.
from Indian industry mogul Shrenik Baldota
Yeah, they call me a wild monk.
the wild monk.
Yeah. Because I look like a monk. I'm very calm, but I have these extreme.
You're just an Indian guy in a North Face
Yeah.
jacket. You're not a
Bank
fucking
executive
Buddhist.
Renata.
He's just like a white belly does. Oh, it's a monk.
Oh, is that a monk? People are like, it's Aziz Ansari, you fucking asshole.
Oh god.
I'm trying to fulfill a dream. I've been wanting to go to Titanic and see it with my own eyes since before they found it.
She's been saving up to see the Titanic. For
They're making him
30
clean
years.
windows to pay for the journey.
Dreams don't have a price. Some people want a Ferrari. Some people buy a house.
Someone has to do the
I wanna
dishes
go to
on the
Titanic.
submarine.
Yeah.
But the star of the show is the Titan, Stockton Rush's custom-built submersible. 5-inch thick carbon fiber, capped on each end by a dome of...
You think when they were failing the guy, the cocky asshole that built this death trap, you think he was like, hold on, let me just blow on the cartridge.
titanium. If all went well, I myself would be spending about 12 hours sealed inside.
Dude, would have
on a
been
dump.
way cooler if the CBS guy died.
That would have been
6
big.
months ago, that would have been big time.
I would have kicked that.
Yeah, because CBS never would have like shut up about it.
Yeah.
Dive to the Titanic. Not gonna lie, I was a little nervous.
Yeah,
An
dude.
experimental submersible
This thing
vessel
looked like
that has
shit.
not been-
People that fuck with the ocean, I really don't care what happens to them.
Yeah.
The ocean's absolutely terrifying and
It
weird
is.
and creepy, and that's where the aliens are. People, all you folks out there talk about UFOs. Why don't you check under the ocean, bub? Huh?
It is one of those jobs where it's like if you're climbing Mount Everest and you die, it's a little bit like, all right, well,
Yeah.
you kind of knew what you were doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It is the same thing in the submarines. And also, but even the other submarine guys are like, yeah, we know that we could die. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
we get, that's why it's fun for us.
Yeah.
They're sickos.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like skydiving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's way more dangerous than
Yeah.
skydiving.
It's
Yeah.
like, it must be.
It
yeah.
is.
How many
for sure.
submarine implosions have happened? Like, fucking.
I bet, like, I don't know, there haven't been that many, period,
Yeah.
going deep into sea, but I bet, like, the fatality rate's much higher than
Probably.
skydiving.
Yeah, the insurance must be a nightmare.
Oh,
Insane.
yeah.
God, going into the ocean in a submarine. It's like telling people, oh, I'm a magma diver. I do cannonballs into volcanoes for a living, and it's weird when I die. I want people to feel sad for me.
This
I'm
was
such
also...
a prick.
No, it's
No, I'm
it's
not.
true.
These people suck my ass.
No, they're
I feel
fucking
bad for the
blow.
19-year-old, and that's it.
Yeah.
Enough of you people
Yeah.
with the, don't make jokes about this. Fuck you.
Now, they took a risk.
These
and they-
hot shots, these were like, dude, it's the perfect metaphor for the people that were on the Titanic, those rich cocksuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
That they kept all the poor people, Jack, down there.
Yeah.
And Jack had to
Irish.
go fuck Kate Winslet in the big nice car.
He had to fuck his way up.
Had to fuck his way up to
Fuck
the
his way
top
out of,
floor.
out of stowage.
Well, and then you get what you fucking deserve.
It is the same. It's like a...
The submarine was like the Joker. It probably pointed an imploding gun at them and go, you get what you fucking deserve. And it imploded the whole fucking thing.
Oh, God.
They were the same thing. Only people that have that much money could go look at the famous tragedy.
It's
thing.
pride. It's like hubris. It's ambitious engineers being like, oh, this thing is like, it'll never break. The exact same thing where they just pushed it a little bit too far.
It's Icarus. Or was it, who's the guy who flew to the sun?
Flew too close to the sun. Yeah,
That's
Icarus.
literally
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Sure, Titanic, but then it's funny that then now the sub looking at Titanic did the exact same thing.
It's like if you went to the like ground zero and a plane crashed directly into you.
It's like a bit on the nose. yeah.
approved or certified by any regulatory body and could result in physical injury, disability, emotional trauma, or death. Where do I sign?
Or you go to Pearl Harbor, take a visit, and Japan bombs again that day.
Oh.
You gotta put it on the thing.
Oh, my bad.
Okay. Wow.
Wow, it's so roomy.
It fucking sucks in here.
So actually,
I would
there's
hate to die in this thing.
okay. So here's the thing: there's actually only one window, so people pay $250,000 to sit in this death trap, and then we're gonna look at the Titanic on a little on a Vizio. Guys, we got a Vizio in here.
That
insane.
window is what killed him, by the way. It's,
Oh, yeah?
It's because they to make a submarine with structural integrity, you have to use one continuous material, according to James
He used
Cameron.
carbon fiber.
Yeah.
Well, he used carbon fiber, which is actually very strong. It's got like better tensile
But no
strength
one's
than
supposed to use
steel.
that in submarines,
No,
though, apparently.
you just can't bolt carbon fiber to a titanium window.
It's too like brittle or some shit.
No, it's just each of them on their own is perfectly fine to make a submarine.
Yeah,
out
he's
of.
probably using Flex Seal around the carbon fiber. Is that shit the guy slaps on in the commercials?
Yeah.
But when you combine the materials, so the weakest point is where they're bonded together.
Yeah.
And so like the vibrations of the pressure, they like move differently at different wavelengths. So
Oh,
so
interesting.
over like 40 trips or whatever, like the carbon fiber just kept getting a little bit weaker, and then finally it was just fucking blew up and they imploded because of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, that's what you get. Fucking taking a magic bullet down into the ocean. Huh? Guy's like, we have a sham wow and a magic bullet. Hand me your 200 grand. This guy, dude, I've met a lot of guys that look just like this.
The
and
CEO?
They always wear some cocksucker Patagonia jacket and these shitty fucking blue pants, and they wear those like slip-on boots, and they suck my ass, and they have a huge ego. And they get you killed in a trip to the Titanic.
Yeah, and y'all gotta sit crisscross.
They're always trying to get you to go to the Titanic.
The million of these guys.
These guys are everywhere.
Father submersible. We only have one button. That's it. It should be like an elevator.
Is that a ring alarm?
Take a lot of skill.
Big screen.
The Titan is the only 5-person sub in the world that can reach Titanic depths, 2.4 miles below the sea. It's also the only one with a toilet. Sort of.
That's what they were fucking shitting in?
How many pieces of this sub seemed...
This is like a fucking portable Jankum lab.
Yeah.
We got these from Camper World. We run the whole thing with this game controller.
Come on!
Seems like...
Damn, dude.
He goes, unfortunately, my son was up all night playing Grand Theft Auto on this thing.
Jerry-rigness. I mean, you're putting construction pipes as ballast.
I don't know if I'd use that description of it, but there's certain things that you want to be buttoned down. So the pressure vessel is not MacGyver.
He's like, yeah, the whole thing's made of asbestos. So.
At all, because that's where we work with Boeing and NASA and the University of Washington. Everything else can fail. Your thrusters can go, your lights can go, you're still going to be safe.
But when expedition manager Kyle Bingham studied the forecast for our Titanic dive, he concluded that the waves would be too big to launch the sub.
We're looking at 6 feet, and then it bumps up a little bit.
Our Titanic adventure would have to wait. But Stockton Rush offered our CBS crew a consolation dive to the continental shelf 80 miles away.
It's crazy to me that, okay, so I think they go down like 3 times and then they have to come back up, and then the CBS guy finally gets to see the Titanic with them. It's crazy that just for these like practice things, they were okay. And then, like, the one time people actually pay and do, you know what I mean?
So this is the first time where everyone paid and, like, it was...
I don't know if it was the first time,
Okay.
but it's just crazy that during one of those times, as opposed to all the practice ones, all the failed attempts, you know, like...
Well, it's because it was losing integrity as the more it went down. It kept getting weaker and weaker.
Yeah, it was a matter of time before this thing fucking
Oh, so they
exploded.
kept... So they didn't reinforce it ever. They just kept...
Yeah,
well, maybe, but I don't know if they were doing a right job. Well, they obviously weren't doing.
Well, this
a good job
cocky
at
guy that made it's like, this thing's a tank. We don't need to do anything.
farm equipment.
Hey guys, that's just some elbow grease. That's all. Just put some elbow grease into it.
Apparently there's a lot of sheer cliffs underwater to see, shark breeding ground. They say it's really cool. The crew closes the hatch from the outside with 17 bolts. There's no other way out.
Here's how the launch is supposed to go. The sub is attached...
Held together by tacks. the OceanGate
clothespins.
There were so many clothespins in this submarine.
He's like, well, I don't want to refer to them as clothespins. That makes it sound
that's
bad.
what the layman calls them. I call them tiny knives.
It's those things you close chip bags with.
A huge floating platform. Motorboats drag it down the big orange ramp into the sea.
We're in the water, we're floating. Woo!
They are going to come and prepare the platform for the next phase, which is the sinking.
I hate when
The
like adult
platform
people have to sit
submerges
like
to
that.
around 30 feet, where the water is much calmer than on the surface.
You're in the water, people.
Divers detach the sub from the platform, and away you go, in theory.
Hull integrity, holding.
And what happens next?
God,
fuck
nothing
off.
worse than old white guy jokes. Old corny boomers. Kiss a bunch of guys that go, kiss the cook.
Old guys rule.
Old guys at the barbecue, like, kiss the cook, why don't you?
You won't be disappointed, as we'll show you a little later on Sunday morning.
All right, to be continued, and then it's just a big explosion. So they make it, I think, finally.
So we're scrubbing?
Yeah, I think that's the consensus up here.
Copy that.
I was crushed. My diving
Oh,
adventures were
hey.
The guy's like, no, don't worry. Listen, if anything happens and we have to go back to the surface, we got a kiddie pool up there waiting to take us back to land. No. Walmart had a sale.
We got an old tire.
No, you don't understand. Yeah, we have a couple of monster truck tires waiting for us.
Monster truck tires. We pulled these bad boys off Gravedigger. They're gonna take us back to the continental shelf.
Oh man.
Has its challenges, all of them. I have not been in one expedition where things have to be adjusted, adapted, changed, or canceled at the end of the day. You're at the mercy
Then you haven't been on any
of the
expeditions.
This is what I imagine every guy that wears
painful
Asics does.
Over the years,
they just kill
he's been
people
booked
on a
3
submarine that they didn't
Titanic
put enough work into. This is what all Patagonia wearing, ASIC wearing cocksuckers that probably have a vacation home in Santa Fe. This is what they're working on in their off time. Or a big telescope, And they think they think that they could see stuff like on the moon that NASA can't.
Yeah.
There's always some fucking asshole in some small town that has all this money and he thinks he's better than like the big shots in Washington. And that's what this guy is. I've seen this a million times, bub. My dad used to have fake friends like this that thought they were hot shit, and guess what happened to them all?
Died in subs.
They all died in submarines. Coming over to dinner parties, fucking with their bullshit charcuterie and shit. Fucking putting brie on crackers, thinking their shit don't stink. Smug cocksuckers.
At the end of the day.
At the end of the day, they're all going to implode in a fucking shitty submarine made out of fucking parts from fries.
Like, hey, you win. You win this one, bub.
The guy's walking
fun in
underneath the
that
big
submarine.
expedition had to wait out 2 more days of rough seas. Fortunately,
Oh,
there's a lot
great.
Oh, they're
Fuck
furries
off.
too. That's
Ugh.
great.
Hang on a minute. What?
Oh, dude, wait. Rewind it 3 seconds.
They're furries?
Yeah, dude, they're all fucking. Nah, dude, they're just wearing. They're being goofballs.
No, they go
bro.
into the submarine to be. This is their Comic-Con.
Yeah.
What do they do?
Look at
This
these
is what they do.
goofballs.
They dress up like Squirtle and they fuck each other in a tiny fucking tiny little bottle.
God.
They all got cockholes in their little bunny
This was
outfits.
probably
yeah.
just like they're just sadists. This was their BDSM thing. Like he was like he told his 19-year-old kid, he's like, "You're coming with me. We're all gonna fucking come so hard then die."
It's like he can't get a boner unless he's deep underwater.
Yeah. Meanwhile, fucking Brian, audio guy 182 is fucking. He's about to be a millionaire.
Yeah.
He's gonna get to go to every Blink-182 show he ever wanted.
He's gonna buy Blink-182.
He should buy them, and then he should develop a spaceship to go meet aliens with Tom DeLonge.
There we go.
That's a good
And he should
fucking idea.
show Papa how it's really done.
That's a very good idea.
And then while he's up there, he goes, "Yeah, self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Pop." Look at this smug cocksucker in the corner. Can't even dress up with the rest of the crew. He's just got to sit there acting like he's fielding calls, fielding offers.
He's like, I'm designing a terrible submarine. I don't have time.
He's like skipping that check, skipping this check.
Yeah.
He's like, not gonna check that. Oh, not buying that safety
Oh
feature.
man, a lot of security notifications popping up. Well, exit that. Exit that.
A lot to do in the North Atlantic.
I'm the king of the surface vessel!
Oh,
fuck
get
off.
killed.
I really wish that he was in the sub.
I know. Look at the dolphins are like trying to tell them, like, "You're retarded. Stop. You're retarded. Stop."
You shouldn't build a composite hull.
Atmospheric effects. And that, my friends, is called a fog bow. You can also hang out with scientists. Researchers like deep-sea biologist Steve Ross and ocean archaeologist Rob Mather join every
feel fine.
expedition.
I'm sleepless,
In effect,
though,
the passengers are funding their science.
I guess it's just because of these fucking hot riffs.
Yeah.
These hot bits boiling right now.
Woo!
Oh yeah.
Cooking with diesel in here.
Woo! OceanGate. What do you think OceanGate's stock is at the moment?
I don't know. Probably.
Can I buy in? You think they'll make a
it's
comeback?
not a publicly traded company, is my first suspicion.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
I bet it's not worth much, though, right at this very moment.
If only they went public. I'd love to get my hands on that baby.
How scientific is this expedition?
I don't do show science. So our job is to do real
Implode science.
and important.
We're more into the exploding science. The imploding, if you will. Explosions are so drab. We here at OceanGate Technology, we like to crush, not explode. We're more into the crushing game. You ever seen a can just gets crushed by a boot?
By a boot. You ever step on a can?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're more about.
This guy looks like a meth
All these
head.
guys have had like 13 divorces and shit.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
devoted their life to orcas and the fucking the Titanic. Fuck off. Get a life. Fucking you're devoting your whole life to go looking at a tragedy. Fucking navel gazing at tragedy. We here have developed a technology where we go to Dachau every week. We charge people $250,000 to come to Auschwitz
and sit in the ovens.
We figured out a way. We gave them special suits and we turned the gas on. Oh, yeah. And we charge people thousands.
You're a sicko.
Yeah, I know.
You'll twist
You're
it,
down
man.
there. Will you look for this giant heart-shaped diamond on a chain?
Dude, can you stop?
That's not there.
On our 6th day at sea, the weather cleared. The dive was a go.
There we go, yeah. All right, hey guys, get into Wally. You guys ready to go? 13,000, what is it? What is it called? What is it called in the ocean?
Leagues.
Leagues under the sea.
Yeah.
13,000 leagues under the sea. Mark, matey. Get in. Get in my R2-D2 thing that I bought from a store. We're going 13,000 leagues under the sea.
There we go, Debbie.
Get in my Stanley thermos. We're going to see the Titanic.
742 meters, reports on bottom.
But that was the last of the good news.
You're damn right it was. What, do they got a communist flag in there? What is that?
What is that, Cuba?
470 is about. If you are lost, so are we.
There's no GPS underwater, so the surface ship is supposed to guide the sub to the shipwreck by sending text messages.
What?
Turn 30 degrees right.
Probably, yeah.
It's a Boost Mobile. The guy's chirping him.
The guy's like, yo, where you at? They're like, don't worry, we have experts up above watching us. And some dude's like, yo, where you at? We've attached a sidekick phone to the OceanGate.
Duct taped.
We're on instant messenger, don't worry.
We're powered by BlackBerry.
Powered by AOL.
The engine somehow broke down. The sub never found the wreck.
We were lost. We were lost for 2
Oh,
hours.
look, it's the monk.
Rush says he'll offer those passengers a free do-over next year. And that's just one cost of doing this business.
Are you making money on this operation?
Hand over foot.
I wouldn't quite say that.
Not yet. People might say, hey, that's a
Not
lot
yet.
of money, $250,000. But
The
we
coffin
went
business is
through
quite
over $1 million.
profitable.
It was our last day at sea. There was one last chance to reach the Titanic. And this time, good weather and good fortune were aligned.
Slow down, it's just in front of us. Just we're in front of the anchor.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, here's the bow,
do it
guys.
again, yeah.
Oh, great.
You guys see it?
Look at that, though, how it just kind of emerges out.
Yeah.
That is how the world is.
And there it was. The famous bow.
The famous bow where Leonardo DiCaprio once was.
And memorial plaques from old expeditions.
This is crazy. So they did do it.
Yeah.
With the CBS guy. They did it.
They did.
Yeah, with the yeah, they did it before they died.
I wonder how many times they did it, but there was one guy that did it like 37 times and then he died on this one.
Oh, word?
Just some working class guy, I think.
Oh, you think he was like a sub crew guy?
He was a guy that, he worked for the OceanGate
That
thing.
sucks.
Well, I think Titan did it 37 times. I think the one that imploded did. 30.
Yeah. And he was on that, and then this one.
It was probably CEO.
No, it was maybe it was a fake news Twitter. But once again, let's run with it, folks. Okay, run with that. All right, everything we say here on the Hate Watch podcast is true.
We do the
The
research.
bollards that once secured the ship in port.
Yeah, the Titanic looks like
and
shit.
The davits that
Who
lowered the
cares?
lifeboat.
It's all moldy.
Who would pay to go on that?
Who would
thing?
pay to see this
Smokestack
shit?
once stood. And the skylight
And that's
over the
where they
radio
started
room
the central
sent out
bank.
distress signals.
Oh, God, they always got to do this shit.
Yay! What's that famous fucking? What's that great submarine movie?
Das Boot?
No, I think it was with Harrison Ford. They made another one, like a Russian one.
Hunt for October, yeah.
And where the beginning of it, the Omen, where they like try and smash the champagne bottle against the ship, and it doesn't smash, and they all kind of look at each other like, oh boy,
yeah.
And then they get on it.
All those Soviet sailors are going,
the Soviets break character, and they go, oh boy.
You see what I'm seeing?
You see what I'm seeing, buddy? They all lift their collars. They go, yeesh. And then they all die of radiation. That's the one, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like loosely based on a true. I'm pretty sure it was based on a true story.
I love submarine shit. Let's watch a submarine movie tonight.
I'm in. I love submarine.
I've never seen Hunt for October.
It's the smell is in the air.
I love all rescues. I love the kids in the cave.
Well, they don't get rescued in this one. They all just die of radiation poisoning.
But the rescue attempt was fucking fireworks.
I love rescue attempts.
Yeah.
Even if they don't save you, they should get credit for the attempt.
Yeah, they did everything they could.
They did everything they could.
They didn't get the kids out the cave?
No, they got those kids.
Oh, okay,
they didn't rescue the sub guys.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's nothing to rescue. They're jelly. You know?
There is nothing to rescue. They were turned into...
Those billionaires are jam.
Turned into tiny fish.
Yeah.
They tried hard, though.
Yeah, they all got turned into bait.
Chum.
It
was a real chum bucket, that submarine.
Well, I already did this joke on Lemon Party.
Oh, God. Why are they wearing those helmets?
Because...
Also, this comes out before Lemon Party, by the way. So I think you should hijack.
Should I hijack the bit that I already did on Lemon Party? It was a sponge. It was a SpongeBob bit.
Save it for the corner.
Yeah, I'll save it for the corner.
Now, Titanic tourism has its detractors, but these expeditions don't disturb the wreck or retrieve artifacts. And Stockton Rush says that they're valuable to history.
At some point, there will be no Titanic. It will be eaten by the bacteria. It'll be an artificial reef that doesn't look like the Titanic.
Renata Rojas would agree. After 30 years of
like,
trying,
oh, fuck.
she finally got to see the most famous shipwreck in the world.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I got the wreck.
And she came super hard.
Oh, fantastic.
Stockton
Oh,
Rush
God,
plans
relax.
to return to the wreck this coming summer. Until then, the Titanic will once again be alone.
Yeah, okay. Well, so 6 months later, he took a bunch of people and they all died. Let's get to let's see what old Cameron's got to say.
I fucking love
he's
James
cool.
Cameron.
He's so fucking cool.
Where the fuck is Cameron? Where the hell is Cameron? Where's old Cammy boy?
I'm pissed off that the new Avatar didn't like break all the records.
I didn't see it.
Neither did I. And I didn't watch it either. I always root for James Cameron.
Yeah.
James Cameron goes, looks like I am king of the world.
What is that? What is he wearing?
He's got like a fucking...
he looks like he's in Running Man.
He's competing. He's got like a no-gi.
He looks like he's went to a jiu-jitsu tournament.
He looks like a X Games guy that has cancer.
Like they're bringing him in for the... It's
they go, come on!
They do Muhammad Ali for the Olympics.
Like Val Kilmer's like living funeral in Top Gun. They go, come on, put his BMX suit on one last time.
He did like the first 1080. Yeah.
He did the first 1080 in 1972.
Yeah.
The Titanic is the director, James Cameron himself, along with his Oscar-winning movie. Mr. Cameron, I understand...
I gotta say, all this has done is make me like really want to rewatch Titanic.
Fucking good movie.
I had an urge to rewatch that shit today,
Terminator 2 is like the #1 movie on Netflix right now.
Oh, word?
Yeah. Wow.
It always like it just
anytime it's on anything, it
just comes back.
It's such a timeless movie.
It's that movie is the Kobe and Shaq of movies. It just dominates nonstop. No matter what it's put on, everyone fucking loves T2.
It's just so good.
I watched Aliens recently. That was Cameron, right?
Yeah, he did the sequel.
That was like I think that was one of his first movies. That like made him big.
So yeah, there's a famous pitch story. I'm a Cameron head, and
Cam head?
I'm a Cam head.
I'm not a big Cameron guy, but I respect what he does in terms of blockbusters.
He just makes fucking fun blockbusters.
But I hated
He's like
Avatar.
Michael Bay. Michael Bay, who's like if he was smart.
Yeah,
it is. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. When he was he saw Alien 1 and he walked into this like whatever boardroom.
Yeah, the pitch meeting.
The pitch meeting. And he writes Alien on the whiteboard, and then he looks at him, and then he writes an S, aliens.
Yeah.
And then he turns the S into a dollar sign. and that was his whole pitch.
I heard he massively disrespect Ridley Scott the entire production of the movie.
Listen, he does whatever he wants.
Exactly. He was like giving him the middle finger and shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Ridley Scott's like, hey, because Ridley Scott's like, what I would do is I would make this movie a little more humorless. And I'd take away the depth from the characters. I don't really care about characters. I love shots. I'm more of a shot guy. Love Ridley Scott, but every movie is like the most soulless movie ever made.
Except his historical films. His historical films kick ass.
Gladiator's cool because the actors kick ass.
Master and Commander.
The actors do the work for him in terms of like
right.
of making you care about them, but he never seems to give a shit about the people. American Gangster, it's like, come on, like American Gangster could have been our Godfather, like a new Godfather, Black Godfather. He just missed the mark, and I still watch it all the time. I think it's like a good movie, but it's not great.
It's not great. It's fun.
And it could have been great.
I liked The Martian.
I didn't like The Martian.
Ridley Scott did The Martian?
Yeah.
Oh, The Martian was great, but he didn't write it. I bet somebody else wrote it that has a sense of...
No, it was a book. Yeah.
So
he didn't write it.
Yeah. No, if he wrote it, it would just be the most fucking devastating, non-fun piece of shit ever.
Mm-hmm.
He'd be like, and then he ate his own shit.
Wait, didn't he do Kingdom of Heaven? Didn't he do Kingdom of Heaven?
I don't know.
Because I watched the director's cut of that, and that was fucking kick-ass.
You loved that.
Dude, I love that goddamn movie.
Kingdom of Heaven?
Yeah, the director's cut's amazing.
The director's cut is like 4 hours long?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's pretty sick.
Yeah, all right.
You've made a number of dives to the wreckage site, too.
Let's go, Cameron. What do you got, buddy?
You got to put it on.
Right now,
oh, my God. Thank you, Joseph.
Images
God, Devan.
I'm going to give you a co-producer credit.
And now hearing that another tragedy has been tied to the same area.
Well, I've been down there many times.
You know, James Cameron is definitely, he's a human. He's sad. But at the same time, you know, he's like fucking really feeling himself.
Oh, he really wants.
He's like, they're just, you know, going down to see the Titanic's not for everybody.
It's only for millionaire directors.
It's just really, it's one of those things where it's like, you just have to be king of the world.
It's secretly like the best day of his life. He's like,
he loves it.
He's like, I look so good right now.
He feels so good about this. You know he does. You know he's eating it up. He's walking around his mansion. He's doing the Tom Cruise slide from Risky Business in every room.
If you're like his wife or one of his best friends right now, he's the most annoying guy in the world. He probably just can't stop being like, so you know, when I designed my sub, I thought about this.
Oh yeah. You know, there was a fucking miserable dinner at Musso and Frank's like a couple days ago, where Cameron took all of his friends and family. He took all his friends and family, and he kept making toast. He goes, on toast. He goes, rest in peace to the OceanGate people. And then he sits there and goes, see, here's the thing. What I would do.
No, they're like, so how's your daughter doing? Is she still in soccer? He goes, well, the thing about carbon fiber.
Oh hell yeah! And look at him. He fucking looks like he sells Monster Energy drinks in that fucking jacket.
Badass, dude.
You know the right site very
He
well.
invented skateboarding in Venice.
Bob Ballard. I've been.
He goes, well, when I was growing up with Stacy Peralta, we would always talk about going to see the Titanic.
Back in the day. And of course, you know, as a submersible designer myself, I designed.
Oh yeah, he's a submersible designer. Well, he is. He's been to the Titanic more than probably anybody.
He's an engineer. He's like one of the top experts.
He visited the Titanic like a bunch of times, and then he got the footage of it for Titanic.
He's one of the top experts. He's probably a top 5 guy.
Fucking Titanic expert.
Yeah.
Goes the show with these scientists now, Dr. Peter Hotez. Come on this show and fucking debate me, huh? About the vaccine, retard, huh? Fuck you, Hotez, you coward. Huh? You're a coward, Hotez.
Let's go to Hotez's house after this.
Huh? You're a fucking coward. You think you know shit about the vaccine? Come down here and talk to me.
Do we know his address? Let's go to his house after.
Somebody has it online. They already went to his place.
Yeah.
We're coming for you, Hotez. We're coming for you.
See you tonight, Hotez.
And I made a joke, and I'll repeat it. I want to talk to Dr. Peter Hotep, okay? Because I want to meet my father, Yakub. And I want to...
There you go.
Right, folks?
Yes.
Oh, come on.
There we go.
Fun here. Yay.
That's on fire.
Oh, yeah. Hot pod. Hot pod. Okay? Nothing gets me going more than mass murder.
to go to the deepest place in the ocean 3 times.
Is it mass murder if 5 people died? No, it's like
I think that constitutes
mid.
mass, dude.
They go, it was mid.
Yeah, I think more than like 2. I think anything more than like
people
2.
up above. They go, yeah, it's like a mid death.
Bro, if you went into a McDonald's and shot 5 people, they would call them mass
5 is a
shooting.
mass.
There's
Yeah.
people on land. They go, that shit was mid.
Yeah.
I am, dude. Red Bull makes me fucking
Devin
weird.
is so
Devin's a
loopy.
kooky.
He's been loopy as hell the
Something
last
about,
couple
like,
eps.
the phenylkinetics in this shit.
Yeah.
That really get niacinamide and pyridoxine. And
Holy shit,
oh my
buddy.
god, it gets
That's what
me
you're putting in
going,
there.
folks. It gets me going. It gives you wings, which these people could have used.
The Titanic, so I understand the engineering
Look at that hunk of
problems
shit.
associated with
It looks
building
so
this
bad.
It looks like a hunk of shit.
They couldn't have painted the front.
They
so it
should have
looks
been
like the rest of
killed
the
by an
boat.
orca.
And I think that what Bob said, because I was watching, is absolutely critical for people to really get the take-home message.
I'd also
from
like to
this,
plug my beef jerky company.
Our effort here is deep submergence.
I'm James Cameron. I also have a beef jerky company, and also I'm sponsored by Liquid Death.
Jim's Beef Jerky.
King of the World Jerky coming out soon.
King of the World
check out
Alien jerky.
Check out my Patreon, Cameron's page.
Diving is a mature art. From the early '60s, where there were a few accidents, nobody was killed in the deep submergence, until now, is more time than between Kitty Hawk and the flight of the first 747. So if we haven't improved over that period of time, we have improved drastically over that period of time, and the certification protocols that all other deep submergence vehicles except this one that carry passengers, especially paying passengers, all over the world in tropical waters.
I would love if he kept like
coral
weaving
reefs.
in Terminator anecdotes where he's like, And so that's when carbon fiber, the whole, when I first conceived of Terminator 2, I pictured a carbon fiber exoskeleton on a machine.
Actually, the hand in the magma at the end of Terminator 2 was solid carbon fiber.
We actually built him out of products from Best Buy. So.
The wreck sites and so on. The safety record is
We actually were going to make T2, we were going to design him the same way as an Xbox One.
Absolutely. Not only no fatalities, but no major incidents requiring all of these assets to converge.
Wait,
to
so
the
this
site.
one's the only
Of course, that's
submarine
the
that didn't have
nightmare that we've all lived
certifications.
with.
Yes.
And it was the one taking all the people to the scariest place.
It should have been called the Cocky Faggot SS.
SS Cocky Faggot.
SS Cocky Faggots. Sorry. Once again, 19-year-old, that's the only person I care about on that thing.
Rest in peace to him.
That poor 19-year-old that had some weird, vague, like, Indian father. I mean, when you're rich like that, like, no one has any... you never understand the connection between the kids and the parents. You're like,
Yeah.
what? Your name is, like, Rory, and your dad's name is, like Rufat? You're like, what? It's just, it's a billionaire family. Don't worry about it. They just kind of adopt.
My dad's the great-grandson of the
They just-
Sultan.
Yeah, they just, inseminate random people across the globe, and then you get me.
Since
What's wrong with that, John?
since
You got a
all of
problem
us
with
entered this
Just M&A random people around the globe.
That's what billionaires do.
They're
They just go, I don't know, bring me some bitch on the front of the National Geographic. I want to fuck her.
I love her Bizquick pancake
I
mix
love
titties.
those giant titties, those flapjack titties.
field of deep exploration. But because implosion, as Bob described it, such a violent event, is first and foremost in our mind.
Look at this guy.
Look at that guy.
Holy shit.
Which is what they call the hull of the
Is that Bob Newhart? Bye, buddy. Hope you find your dad.
There's like 4 people who get that reference.
In our minds as engineers, and we spend so much time and energy on that, and we use all the computerized.
He goes, well, buddy had some problems in the elf shop class. Oh, yeah, we're having fun here.
Yeah, this is good.
What a fun time this is. Who knew death could bring people together?
Tools available today, finite element analysis. We worked on our sphere for our deep vehicle that went to the Challenger Deep for over 3 years, just in the computer, before we even made the thing. And then, of course, we pressure tested it over and over and over, and so on. So, this is a mature art, and many people in the community were very concerned about this sub, and a number of the top players in the deep submergence engineering community.
My top players. He goes. It was a player haters ball down there, baby. James Cameron.
He's a big Chappelle guy.
He's in the Chappelle show sketch.
To the company, saying that what they were doing was too experimental to carry passengers and that needed to be certified and so on. So I'm struck by
now my submarine, the T-1000. It has every certification possible.
Where the captain
and my airplane, the T-2000,
ice ahead of his ship, and yet he steamed at full speed into an ice field on a moonless night, and many people died as a result. And for a very similar tragedy where warnings went unheeded to take place at the same exact site, with all the diving that's going on all around the world.
It's kind of cool how much shit he's
I think
talking.
It's just astonishing. It's really quite surreal.
You know what I mean?
And of course, P.H. Nargeolet, the French legendary submersible dive pilot, a friend of mine. It's a very small community. I've known PH for...
How about this for a rule of thumb? Any single thing you take to a dangerous place, if you're sitting Indian style, you're about to die, buddy.
Yeah.
Okay?
Crisscross applesauce.
If they don't have seats or anything and you're sitting crisscross applesauce in that fucking thing like you're doing a book report in fucking kindergarten, you are donezo.
It's a red flag.
It's a red flag.
Big red flag.
One would think. One would think. Not these people. Not these arrogant billionaires.
Yeah.
We'll say whatever we want.
I'll say whatever I fucking want, okay? I pay my fair share in taxes. Fuck you! Now you had all these deductions. They probably tried to write this off.
Oh, for sure.
They probably were like, well, the OceanGate, I did it as a study for my business, and so it was technically work, and so under my S-Corp, you know what I mean? Like, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you.
Well, he's getting
Blink-182 kicks ass. All the small things that explode in the ocean.
5 years. For him to have died tragically in this way is almost impossible.
He goes, a tragedy like this reminds me of the tragedy in Terminator 2 in Skynet when they wiped out they basically eradicated human beings.
When John Connor called his parents and they were actually indeed dead and weren't alive, and it was the T-2000 pretending to be his parents.
It was the T-1000, and he was mimicking their voice. And imagine your foster parents, their voices are being mimicked by a machine.
Imagine your foster dad trying to reach for a carton of milk, and the T-1000 is in his living room, and he spears through the milk into his eyeball and kills him.
Through the milk and kills him.
Oh, God.
It is certainly haunting to consider that comparison to the Titanic and what happened to the 5 people on board this submersible vehicle. James, I want to ask you, though.
James, were they trying to start a new centralized bank?
Been down on these dive missions before.
Listen, you're the Terminator. You need clothes.
We've reported on the fact that the people
you go into a
signed
bar.
Waivers. They knew that this was dangerous and that there weren't very many other vehicles that could come get them out if something goes.
His name, the guy's name was Stockton Rush. Are you fucking kidding me?
Why does he have the coolest picture? He looks like fucking a race car.
Oh, yeah, he looks awesome. He looks like he's in Rush.
Like Paul Newman.
They really fucked the wood.
Dude, his
guy
name was
sucks.
Stockton Rush. That's all I would need to know. I'd be like, who's the captain? What's his name?
I think I'll sit this one out.
Yeah, his name's Triple X fucking Triple X Badass. What's his name? Stockton Rush. Jesus, I feel bad for Sulman Dawood.
Yeah, you're like a billionaire's son. You can't have a better photo.
Well, because Shahzada Dawood fucked some white lady, and then they made Sulman Dawood.
I looked him up too. He's like the vice chairman of like the largest like chemical conglomerate in Pakistan. It's pretty crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a lot of
very
suspicious
sketchy.
shit.
Very sketchy. I mean, like when you get to that.
When you mean sketchy,
level,
do you think that they like? Because there's conspiracies already, bub.
Well, like
there's conspiracies that they're alive and they fake this. They're faking their own.
My conspiracy would be that. So one of the billionaires is online advertising, I'm going on this submarine. We're going to see the Titanic. Multiple billionaires on the submarine who, how many people have what to gain if these billionaires die? So many people, their family, business partners, people could get very rich. A billionaire dies, other people get very, very rich.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be that difficult. A submarine that doesn't have to pass any safety regulations. It's a non-sanctioned submarine. They don't have an FAA like airplanes. So how hard would it be to like send a Jason Bourne kind of guy, get a scuba mask on him?
Oh yeah.
Send him down to the sub the night before and just fucking tamper.
You could just like drill a hole.
Exactly. You could do the smallest thing.
Yeah.
And sabotage a submarine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrong. How aware were you of those concerns and those risks before you went down? And is there anything that should be done when it comes?
Look at Cameron roll his eyes right there.
You got to put it on. Jesus H. Devan.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to fucking do a lot of things there.
You're not doing anything.
Is there anything that should be done?
Excuse me.
Devin has a meltdown.
When it comes to safety in the future.
Look at this eye roll.
No, you missed the eye roll. It already
comparing
happened.
apples and oranges here. I went with a
All right.
very proven
saw it.
system.
Okay.
I think he was looking up at something.
No, he's rolling his eyes because he thinks he's king of the world.
He goes, the thing about this, see, when Miles Dyson was developing Skynet, he had no clue that it would eventually become sentient. Do you understand? And so in a very similar way, when they were developing the submarine, they didn't know the consequences of their tech. So Miles Dyson, and when Sarah Connor went to Miles' house with the machine guns.
Sarah Connor.
You remember that guy's name? Miles. He's like, okay, listen. In Aliens, when they cordoned themselves off in that office space, they had to make sure that office space was airtight, or else the aliens would get in there. And he was like, when they had the sentry guns outside, and they're watching those bullets slowly go down.
It all comes down to pressure, okay?
When the xenomorphs are at the door.
They used very, very well understood design methodologies, and they had an excellent operating record when I dove with them, and they continued to have an excellent operating record, flawless operating record throughout their entire career. I think they're now retired. But I always had great confidence. Now, having said that, I always had confidence in the sub. The Titanic wreck site is a very hostile place. It's a dangerous site to dive. If you think of a typical research dive, you go down and you're really just operating over a bottom.
Yeah.
You may be looking for organisms. You may be looking at geology. Hydrothermal vent sites can be a bit dangerous as well.
And see,
But
right now, Tony Hawk thinks he's hot shit. And here's the thing. I am the greatest skateboarder of all time.
You've got, this 8-story, 10-story high structure with overhanging.
Man, all this is doing is making me like I really want to get like hammered tonight and watch the Titanic.
That's a very good idea.
Dude, the Titanic kicks ass.
It's very good.
Once you skip through all the gay bullshit and get to the deaths,
Get to the sinking.
the sinking kicks so much ass.
It's such a great set too, because James Cameron like builds a giant set and then like pumps water in.
Yeah, those were the days when they like did shit.
Yeah.
They
don't. There's not a single movie.
Exactly.
Not a single fucking movie has come out in the last 20 fucking years that comes close to the effects of Jurassic Park, the first one, and Titanic.
The practical effects are gone.
Honestly, you can watch Speed, and you're like, these explosions are way better than like modern bullshit explosions. Like we've cut corners the longer we've gone on. Like you watch the new Jurassic Parks, you watch all these movies. I was watching Planet of the Apes. Like it's good, but it's like it's fucking CGI. It looks like shit.
Terribly.
Get a goddamn ape.
People were forced to get really creative with practical effects,
and it made it better.
It made it better because they had to.
They had to try.
Puppets. And now it's just
we have all this help. We just send it to Japan, and a bunch of guys named like Fukushima Nagasaki fucking work on it, and then they send it back to America. Fucking Hiroshima Mitsubishi, and they go, yeah, all right, here's your episode, here's your movie.
Special thanks to Fukushima Nagasaki.
And then we watch it at the AMC, and we go, hey, another one, another one. They should have fucking oxygen tanks installed into the seats at the AMC for these fucking movies. You're retards. You're ruining cinema. Fuck you.
Metal structures.
Try like a little more Jameson. I've really had it today.
You're nuts.
The fucking OceanGate bullshit. These assholes.
With a two-sub system.
Fucking
we always felt confident.
Ruin. They've done nothing but ruined the idea of going to see the Titanic. And who says I don't want to go do that someday? We make about $4,000 here a month on Patreon, and I send you guys some money. That means I'm making like $34,000 a month, bub. You don't think I have the money? I could save that up in about 7 years, and I could go see the Titanic, and they ruined it for everybody. You fucking asshole.
They have to be on a payment plan.
Well, now we look like idiots if we want to go to the Titanic.
Yeah, exactly. We look like assholes.
We're like, oh, really? Because people died doing it.
I wonder if you could pay for a trip to the Titanic on like what is that thing?
Layaway.
On layaway. What is that thing you do? You can do it for like Chipotle bowls. Klarna. Can you pay for a Titanic visit on Klarna where like every month you send them like $700 with interest?
I suspect no.
No, you don't think that? It's on Klarna. I want to go with old Jimmy Cam.
I love James Cameron. I would definitely go with him.
He's so cool. He shouldn't be called James Cameron. He should be called Jimmy Cam.
I bet he's like, hey, you can call me Jimmy.
You call me
friends.
If you're friends with him.
Yeah.
If you're friends with him, you like suck him off and shit. I'd love to suck off James Cameron.
What the hell?
Oh my God!
Jesus,
imagine
what?
that. Oh, I want him to shoot his iceberg down my neck.
What?
Oh yeah, I love old Jimmy Cam.
Jesus.
You're kook.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
I don't know what. It's so hot. I'm so hot right now.
You're delirious.
You had a Red Bull and you're going cuckoo.
You give him one Red Bull and he wants to
Red Bull. Devin, all he eats all day is like kale. So he has a Red Bull.
I had my keto burger today.
He had a keto burger and he has a Red Bull and then Jameson, and it's like a lethal combination.
And he's all cum thirsty.
Yeah, he's cum thirsty. He wants James Cameron to shoot an iceberg.
Oh yeah, Jimmy Cam.
What if James Cameron's submarine just looked like a Terminator skull?
Oh yeah, I want to.
And the viewport was the eye.
He comes liquid metal.
Yeah, he goes down there and like the mouth opens up, and then it's like everybody's inside of it.
I want to suck Jimmy Cam's Titanic.
What? Wow.
Whoa.
Oh
yeah.
Like, oh yeah. You don't think I want to fuck the king of the world? You guys are fucking homophobes. Fucking assholes.
No,
this is why I do this.
I love James Cameron more than anybody. This is crazy.
I want to fuck James Cameron, and you guys are homophobes.
I love it.
Fucking assholes.
What's
your guys' problem? You guys are pricks. fucking close-minded assholes.
I support you. I'm just I haven't heard you say anything like that.
Anything to make you happy.
Jimmy Cameron.
You gonna ride him, dude?
Oh, I'd love to ride him. Yeah, that's why I do this so I could get away with all the fag jokes.
There
assholes.
we go. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. But I am gay.
He's gay for James Cameron.
He's
gay as hell. And I'm not going to take it anymore.
Try to cancel.
I am gay as hell. I'm not going to take it anymore. That's the end of Network. Here goes, I'm sucking cock and I'm not going to take it anymore. What an episode you people are getting. I am nuts today. I've had it.
You manage the problem. We always felt that we were on pretty safe ground.
Why don't you just shove your dick in my mouth?
It didn't have a lot of assistance from what I understand.
The news anchor says that.
The guy interviewing
He goes,
him.
hold on, Mr. Cameron.
Mr.
Why don't you
Cameron.
just shove your cock in my mouth?
Cameron, why don't we cut to the chase here? You know, get down to brass tacks. Why don't you just shove your fucking cock in my mouth?
Cameron's like, I thought you never asked.
Thank you, Mr. Cameron, for your time. Let's stop ignoring the elephant in the room for a minute. We all want to suck your cock. It's crazy. Somebody has to say it.
Somebody has to say it.
It's weird at this point if we don't say it out loud. We all want to suck you.
I have to push back on you real quick, Mr. Cameron. I want to suck you off. Cameron, I want you to come on me.
I think it was a fundamentally flawed design principle, which is
not unlike the human mission to Pandora. It was a fundamentally flawed mission to obtain the unobtainium.
This was many years ago, even when I was designing my sub.
He has a
there
sub.
Was another sub.
Yeah, he has a million
Sort of in
subs.
competition with us to get to the Challenger Deep. That was operated by
this fucking Bob Newhart. He looks like he's on Red Alert, like one of those guys the generals is talking.
He pops up with a caption where it's like, "Hey, your submarine's at risk."
It's Bob Newhart. That's who it is, okay?
Bob Newhart looks like an underwater fish. One of those little lights in front of him.
Is he dead?
That's Bob Newhart.
Oh, did he die?
Bob Newhart died.
Okay, rest in peace.
But that's
R.I.P., buddy.
This
he was a good guy.
He got a Mark
is
Twain
that
prize.
guy.
I love Bob Newhart.
There we go.
I love Bob Newhart.
Welsh for Richard Branson, and they
we got Richie in here.
And I told those guys, I said, somebody's going to get
Richard
killed
Branson.
Oh,
in that sub or in a sub like it. And the DNA of the OceanGate sub was in that sub at the time. You know, 2 hemispherical end caps and a carbon fiber
Just fucking
cylinder.
James Cameron. He looks insane.
He's nuts. Look at him.
I love these guys.
His jacket is so horrible.
It's so crazy. You just direct all these dope movies, and you're just like, I'm the best.
Yeah,
I can do
No, he
anything.
thinks
I
he's
have my own
God.
sub.
James Cameron literally went up at the Academy Awards when he won for the Titanic. He goes, "I'm king of the world," and everyone was like, "Oh, you loser!"
I fucking dropped a lady off who lived next door to him in Malibu one time.
Really?
His house looked insane, dude. You can't. First, one of those guys where every once in a while you get a rich person where they're like, "Yeah, that's blah blah blah's house," and it's like, I can't see the house.
It looked like Iron Man's house.
No, you can't see the house. There's just too much property.
Right.
But he had literally the gate was open. She's like, I've never seen his gate open. And the gate was open. He must have had like guests coming in, but it was literally just a row. It was like a long road that curved, and it was a row of like these beautifully like immaculate California oak trees, just going way up. And I was like, Jesus, dude.
He has like his own Neverland Ranch.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't want to. That's weird.
Cameron's paradise.
You're making him sound like a pedophile.
No, I'm just saying it was a huge place with a giant driveway.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Big compound. You
Sure,
know?
sure.
But yeah, I'm sure he's fucking kids.
No, don't say that.
Every single person that's great in Hollywood fucking
Don't
kids,
fuck.
Joe.
No, everyone
Cameron's an
except for James
explorer.
Cameron. He's an explorer.
He's an explorer.
You don't
Yeah.
think eventually the final descent is into a child?
Mr. Cameron,
last frontier.
The last frontier.
Mr. Cameron,
He's
what's
conquered
your
everything.
What's
what
your
else
last
is next?
frontier? Is a child's ass?
What else is left, folks? That's what we ask you on the Hate Watch Pod.
And I never believed in that because the way it fails is it delaminates because it's
Sick word.
You have to have a hull, a pressure hull made
Because
out
much
of-
in the way
made
that
out of a
liquid metal
continuous
fails
material, like steel,
is when you
or
get
like
it extremely
titanium,
hot.
You know, which is the proven
Lava,
standard.
for
Or
example,
like
will
acrylic,
destroy
you know,
liquid metal.
He goes, you have a hydrogen dioxide and nitrogen dioxide, a tanker full of it, and it explodes.
Submersibles, and they use acrylic for their hulls, but once again, it's a contiguous material, so you can do computer modeling to see how.
Do you know what
it
happens when you shoot a grenade launcher at a police helicopter?
sensors on the inside of the hull to give them.
He
a
goes, now
warning
when
it's
John
starting to
Connor
crack."
told
And I
the
think that's your
T-100 that he
idea of
can't
safety,
kill,
then you're doing it wrong.
it
You
actually
don't-
severely
you know,
affected
and
his
they
strategy.
probably
He
had
now had to
that their
shoot
hull
to
was
wound.
starting
He
to
was
delaminate.
maiming. He was maiming people instead of killing them. And, you know, it was that poor gate guard had his kneecaps blown off.
And they were coming up trying to manage an emergency.
And to your point, a warning only goes so far. When
Did
you
he
have
do
the
Terminator
ability,
3?
No.
With Nick Stahl?
No.
No? Damn.
Enough of this.
I was like, I really want to make a joke. He's like, when he's walking with the coffin on one
got?
shoulder
We
and the minigun in the other.
We got a corner today?
We do. I did a
John's Submarine Corner?
Oh God! Time's flying, man. I thought we'd had more sub time.
Well,
this is more sub.
Oh, more sub
We're
time.
an hour and 8 minutes in, buddy.
It's a
Dude, I would
Submarine
love to
Corner.
go for another fucking 2 hours.
I know, we could do this forever.
go forever.
I could
always.
fucking.
I think I got a song. I'm gonna try to do
You
some
got it. You
Yellow
got it, buddy.
Submarine shit. All right. Fa la 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 la.
I love watching the process.
Yeah, the process is beautiful.
All right, here we go. In the bathroom stall where John was born lived a man who subbed him off, and he told us of his problems with John's shit-stained ass. So he tried to get rid of the smell by taking him out to sea. And they were gay beneath the waves in a fart-filled submarine. Da 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 da. We're all dead in a brown submarine. A brown submarine. A brown submarine. The fat, gay, retarded guy kept shitting himself. He kept shitting himself. So we had to implode. It's right, it was suicide. We had to implode. You think we died on accident? No, we killed ourselves.
They're undoing
the fat,
sub.
gay, retarded guy kept shitting himself. He kept shitting himself. Oh, and he also kept eating all the food we had. It was all the food we had, and he ate all of it. Don't let me forget about the time he tried to rape us. He tried to rape us many times. He thought there was no police. He was very excited about the fact that we were away from land. He used this as his opportunity to penetrate our butt cheeks.
Yes.
We're all dead in a brown submarine. Yeah, brown submarine. Yeah, a brown submarine. We're all dead in a brown submarine. A brown submarine. A brown submarine. In the time when John was born, he knew he was a fat rapist. And from that day on, he made a vow to go on the OceanGate and rape everybody before they imploded. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
We're all dead in a brown submarine. A brown submarine. A brown submarine. Yeah! Yeah! Hey, watch podcast.
There we
John's
go.
Submarine Corner, buddy.
We got it.
New
Did I come
favorite.
back? Did I
New
come back?
favorite song.
From last
It was
week?
very good.
That was my favorite one.
Wonderful.
Fuck yeah!
That's
I don't
my
think we've
new
ever done a
favorite.
Beatles classic.
Yes!
Yeah.
That's the first Beatles
That
classic.
kicked ass. Good
Okay,
job,
welcome
Devin.
to the Submarine Corner.
Oh,
What
my
do we
work
got?
here is done. Oh,
Well
such a
done, Devin.
relief.
Last week's song wasn't good, but he came back.
Actually, last week's song was really good. I listened to it in the car, and
Yeah.
if I wasn't having to look at you two fucking descent-spreading assholes with your faces,
I saw
you're
that-
on your phone all the time. John always looks
I'm
away.
on the phone 'cause
John,
I'm on
John
at the
talks to you.
corner.
Yeah, you don't need to look at the questions over and over again. How
Devin-
many times are you gonna look at the questions?
I'm revealing the question.
Devin, it's really gay to look in a man's eyes while he's singing to you.
No, it's
I'm
not,
sorry.
John. It's
That's
called-
gay as
we're
fuck.
doing
That's
a
really
show
gay.
here,
Devin
fucko.
already gives me gay eyes constantly. And like the fact that he wants me to look into his eyes while he's
Devin
singing a
is really
song
gay.
about
We're
me.
doing a show here.
Yeah, well, I listen, but the
Bitch.
show is a mixture amalgamation of life.
You don't understand
and
performance.
art.
You
I
don't
saw
understand,
comments.
I understand performance.
how to give the
If you
people what they
understood
want.
performance, you would
don't
understand how gay you are.
How to help me. You help me help you, bitch.
Yeah,
saw a lot of-
it sounds like
I
something
saw
a guy
a-
wants to get his cock
Well,
sucked.
you know what?
says.
Your Venmo this month is going to be a little lower.
You're gonna
Sure,
dock
buddy.
him.
You dock me.
Docking points. Joey's getting your share. How about that, Joey? Congratulations.
I mean, I agree with John though.
It's very
so. and
Sorry,
I,
guys.
I saw some comments that were saying, "Hey, you're bullying Devin. You're
Yeah.
not supporting him. The
Yes.
song was good." And guys, you're hurting him.
It was a good
by
song.
saying that because he has a lot of very good songs.
You haven't. That was honestly the best song I've done
No,
off
no,
the
no.
top. Yes, it was.
No, that was your worst song.
No, it wasn't. You
Yes, it
haven't
was.
listened to it. You didn't re-listen
I'll
to
go
it.
back. I did. I think I did.
No, you didn't.
Why
no, you
not?
didn't. I went on
Me
for
and
like
Joey
2
listened to
minutes.
it on
I
the
went
way
on
over
the
here.
long.
We
No,
listened
you
on the way
didn't.
over
No, you
here.
didn't. You guys did. You guys fucked each other in the ass the whole way over
Wow.
here.
You're
Fucking
impossible.
assholes.
Very
Fuck
good.
you both.
Very good.
I hate you.
Anyways, this one was okay tonight.
Sipping liquor in the corner, sad. He threw his
Okay,
glass
like you
away.
could do that off the top of your head. How dare you both?
Joey's a
How
songbird. I've
Dare
heard Joey
you?
sing.
Yeah, Joey, you go. Let's pull up a song. Why
Joey-
don't you? Let's see what you do off the top
He
of your
does
head.
it. He does it.
You
Honestly,
wanna
it's
try
something
this? You wanna
Joey
try
does in a
this?
quiet
You wanna try this?
seclusion.
I would probably kill a song.
Let's do it. What do you want to sing? Right now, off the top of your head, related to John being fat and gay. You
You're the
do
gambler,
it all
but
off the top of your head.
I'm gay and fat.
I've done it for fucking months now. I can't even believe this has become a thing. I stress about it all day.
Well, you're lovely off the top, Devan.
I will.
Well, yeah, John, and I would be
You're
great if
lovely
I
at
had
the
some
top.
support from the retard that I do the show with.
Well, we all laugh at you. I just don't want to stare into your eyes too often because you have gay eyes.
Well, you're
I want
supposed
to
to
say
react
that.
better.
I want to say that it's not easy what you're doing.
It is not easy.
Coming up with a song every week.
Every Friday, I'm fucking terrified.
and-
I go,
Oh,
how's
really?
this gonna go?
You get scared?
No, I'm kidding, but
Oh,
like, no, because I'm a pro retard. But like,
Well, you know, why are you saying flip-flopping over
it'd
here?
be
What's
nice
going
if
on?
like my friends could like understand the concept of performance
But you
and
know
what we're
what?
doing a show here.
No,
Yeah.
I think you're not getting that. If we're fake about our reaction, it kind of loses.
Joey, what song do you want to sing?
Oh, I'm not gonna. I was.
You're not gonna do
goofing.
it?
No.
I think it's hard to do a song. I'm not a musical guy.
Okay.
I think
Me neither.
But that I'm saying it's hard, and that's why you're not perfect.
By
every
the way,
time.
you know what would be a funny episode? I realized that I used to make. Okay, when I was like 18, 19, I didn't know what I wanted to. I was like, yeah, everyone's like tells me I'm funny. I know all I do is care about comedy. Comedy's the only thing I've ever cared about. I'm supposed to be something in comedy. I'm a comedian.
Sure.
I got to do something as a comedian. So I was like, I started making like parody rap songs for a second. I thought maybe
Yeah, I
I was like a
remember this.
parody rap guy.
Sure.
And I just don't have any musical talent like that, you know?
Have you heard this?
So I have.
I was watching these videos recently. Actually, I went to the bottom of Devan's YouTube and just started
they're on
rewatching.
One about
One of 'em.
school, but that's not a
Yeah.
parody rap song. That was like actually like my thoughts on school. Is that still publicly available? That's terrifying to think about.
Think
That's
so.
a very
yeah.
embarrassing
The,
song.
the part, you know, where you're like loading a gun. You know.
The writing's actually pretty good in it, though. I remember being proud of that when I was 18. But I started making like parody rap songs. They're somewhere on a hard drive somewhere, and maybe there could be an episode one day where we like hate watch them.
That'd be cool.
Because they're pretty embarrassing. It'd be like an O&A style, like, you know, hate watch Devan's first bullshit songs. I used to make like rap songs.
Yeah.
Like like parody shit, and they weren't good. I couldn't be on beat. I didn't know how to be on beat, but anyway, yeah.
You're sensitive
fun,
about
yeah.
music.
You're
I'm
sensitive
really,
boy.
because I love music. I think if you can do music properly, you're like a wizard to me. Like I respect like musicians almost more than I can't like if they make magic. It's amazing.
And that's why I love a lot of the songs that you do, and I appreciate them more than anybody.
Yeah,
I think.
until you don't.
Well, you have a bad one.
That wasn't a bad one. You're fucking gaslighting me. The people liked it. You're fucking with me.
Anyways, let's.
All right, let's get to John Submarine.
Okay, welcome to the Submarine Corner. So I made a post on Instagram, Joey R. LaFleur, if you want to submit your Submarine Corners or any kind of corner, add me on there. And I just said, hey, we're experts on submarines. No funny business. Ask us submarine questions. And so I haven't read these. I just copy them and I paste them. And we're about to John's Submarine Corner. First question. Ahoy, Captain Cumsucker John.
Ahoy.
I hope my message in a bottle reaches you. I come to ask if you were in that hot, cramped, smelly submarine with the other four sexy, bodacious stud muffins of men. How long would it take till you suggest a suck and fuck party? Do you think an Eiffel Tower / DP situation is possible in the sub from Bong Van Dam?
Well, I would have taken that jug they shit in, right, and turned it into like a cumtini.
You would have been
it would have
doing
been like a ring.
jankum.
It would have been. Well, I'd take the jankum jug and then make our own cum in it, and it'd become like it'd be like a cum jug, and then that would just kind of get some salt.
Very
off
good.
of
I
it,
hope the next question isn't about gay John.
No, I hope so too.
Here it is, though.
Yeah.
If John was on the Titan in his final moments, does he A, suck off the other four members?
Jesus fucking Christ,
B,
you guys.
open the door, killing everyone inside, but gets penetrated by a whale? C, gets sucked off by himself and the remaining four fellas from Justin?
Well, I think when the sub's imploding, it would like put you in perfect sucking yourself off position.
Oh, because it's smashing your head
smashes
toward
you.
your
Yeah,
cock.
all the I picture all the last thing to enter all those guys' brains were their cocks.
So, like within milliseconds,
Yeah,
you're
they're
using
just like heads
the implosion
foot
to
above.
suck
Yeah,
yourself
there's like
off.
foonk, it goes right in.
Sucking himself up.
Yeah.
Next question. What would John do if he was in the submarine knowing he was going to die? I think John would 100% let everybody destroy his asshole and make him a cum pig. Doug. Who said that? Doug.
Oh, Doug. Good
Thanks,
for you.
Doug. You're crazy.
Good
You're
job,
kooky.
Doug.
I mean, that's just not even a question.
Chill, Doug. Oh, no, he's saying, what would you do
Oh, what would
if
I
you
do?
knew you were going to die in the
It's so
cell?
quick, dude. I mean, if I was down there,
No, he's saying so you know, like you hear the
I
cracking.
hear the pings are coming off this water coming in.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It'd be kind of fun to put Lemon Party up on that screen.
Oh, that is good.
That's good.
Of course, the original Lemon Party, the men
original
sucking
Lemon Party,
each other
yeah, the
off.
men sucking each other off. Yeah,
that would be good.
Not the new rebranded Lemon Party.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, the thing I'm most proud of on Devan is co-opting Lemon Party.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. I am the reason we called it Lemon Party because of you and me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's my favorite image, and I'm very happy.
It just felt
Lemon
right.
Party was
a new
dead.
generation of people. Lemon Party was dying.
dead, and you guys
It was
brought
dead.
it
We
from the
revived
grave.
it. It's like it was really because like Joey and I were doing this fucking thing for months on end.
We were sucking each other off in hotel
We were
rooms.
just drunk assholes sucking each other off with old men, and no, seriously, we were trying to come up with all these names, and podcast names are so gay. We had all these like names, but they sounded like too on the nose, you know. And I was just like, why don't we just fucking like make it Lemon Party so anybody that ever says they hate it sounds like a retard. I hate Lemon Party. Like, you're a retard. You're talking about a show named after a website with 3 gay men sucking each other off in the 60s.
I like how he knows the number.
Like, you're an idiot.
In the 60s. It wasn't in the 60s.
They're old men.
They were in their 60s.
They're like in their
No,
60s.
they were in their 80s.
Oh,
no,
all
no
right,
way.
maybe.
They were in their
I thought you
80s.
meant the 1960s.
No.
But anyways, we can solve this later. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how far we advance as a species, it seems we still cannot tame the sea.
No.
Something which supposedly covers 71% of our planet. How would you guys go about traversing the seas, or do you believe we should not even attempt? If John had to descend to the depths, he would probably climax so many times while his body imploded because of all the pressure building up inside of his plump, ripe asshole. From Isaiah.
He's got a flat ass, dude.
I have the flattest fucking ass on planet Earth.
So Isaiah doesn't know your ass as well as he should.
No, if you...
I'll answer that real quick. I don't think we should go down to the sea. I don't think we should do anything in it unless we find oil, and then we should just fucking...
There's tons of oil in the sea, dude.
Well, we should rape it. We should
Oil
rape
rigs.
rape the sea to death. Well, yeah, sure, but that's the only reason we should use it. For oil.
Yeah.
We set up our rigs and that's it. But
I think-
these people that like go do it to like go investigate and shit like this or
Yeah.
fucking animals, like leave them alone, dude. These orcas. Have you guys seen these fucking these orcas that are like coordinating attacks on yachts?
Yeah, they kick ass.
I know.
They're like geniuses, dude. Whales, we have no comprehension of how smart sea life is. Like, they communicate in like sounds. They all join up. They'll team up with other sea life to fuck with people. Like, it's their own society.
And the
Like,
fact we put him in like SeaWorld.
Yeah, if they're
it's
so
sick.
smart, how come
It's
they're
sick.
in SeaWorld?
Yeah, Blackfish and the Cove and shit. It's like, leave them the fuck alone. Kill fish. Fish are retards. I don't care about any fish. But when you level up, when it comes to the
mammals,
the first team All NBA of the sea life, leave them the fuck alone, dude.
So my answer on this, I disagree with Devan, actually. I think that I'm pro exploration. And I think it's the same argument people make about like space exploration, where it's like, what's the fucking point of this?
Yeah.
And the answer is probably, if I'm being honest, we're advancing technology a little bit, but I think more importantly, the reason I like it is because it's just fun. It's fun.
It's super sick. I was gonna say, have you ever been on a Sea-Doo? It's like the greatest thing ever.
Well, yeah, that's fine. I don't.
Yeah,
that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like, the people that go into it and they get pictures of the
Scuba divers.
Fuck off. Like, go away.
Those guys with the big helmets.
You can, Sea-Doos are fun, but
Stay on top of the ocean.
But
is
if
what
you
you're
get
saying.
killed by a shark or an orca flips you,
Oh man, do you guys see the fucking
I don't care.
Egypt shark
Yeah,
attack?
dude. My sister
Jesus
sent it to me, and
fuck.
she was like, this made me cry.
I watched it like
That
10.
was
I watched
so-
it like 10 times in a row.
I hated that.
Yeah, it was bad.
I walked in on Devan beating off to it. But it's pretty crazy.
I watched it a bunch of times in a row. It was bad, but I'm like, I don't go into the ocean, so I kind of feel like
Okay, next question.
Yeah.
guys. All right. If anyone hasn't asked us already, how long would John last in a sub before he starts sucking and fucking?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that was
seven,
asked.
7 seconds.
Didn't somebody already ask?
Yeah, somebody already asked.
John-
Alternatively, how long does he have last before
John
he
would be
kills
like
everyone to conserve oxygen?
There was a great document. There was a great book called 7 Seconds or Less about the Phoenix Suns in the early 2000s. They started the whole trend of the NBA shooting threes very quickly, and John would be a member of that book, but in the gay way. 7 seconds or less. He would suck everybody off in 7 seconds.
7 seconds? Is that true?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yep.
So 7 seconds.
John would be under the Mike D'Antoni handbook of gay sex.
Next question. If you could put 5 people into an OceanGate Titan, who would they be and why? From Justin.
Wow, okay. 5 people in the OceanGate Titan. And it's imploding?
What was the question?
For the question?
If you could put 5 people into the OceanGate Titan, who would they be and why?
Oh, okay. And it explodes. Or it implodes.
Yes, let's assume
So, yeah,
that.
who would you do, John? Who would you do? Who would you take?
God. Janet Reno.
Why do you hate Janet Reno?
We know why. Come on, dude.
Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
Why? What'd you do?
Waco, dog. And dude, who else is annoying, dude? I really don't have that many enemies. People I don't like, but it's like hack shit, like Jeff Bezos. You know what I mean? Like I just
What
don't
did
give
Janet
a
Reno
fuck.
do so wrong with Waco?
She was the fucking lady who. What was it? She and then the Secretary of Defense or some shit. Or
She
what
also
did she do?
snitched on like a little suckfest in the White House.
Oh, she was the snitch, suckfest snitch.
She was
Yeah.
like one of the big whistleblowers on Clinton's.
Yeah, I just remember her at the trial. I probably put like Janet Reno and then there's nobody who's like not like everybody else would put in that I'd probably put in there like like Mark Zuckerberg and shit.
Janet
Reno, fucking
Elon Musk.
I think he's gonna blow himself up somehow, so I'd probably just let that ride. I think he's gonna blow up like trying to land on Mars.
He's not a part of any of the things that they do, though. Elon likes himself too much. He doesn't.
Elon's crazy.
He doesn't seem to really put himself out there in terms of what they do.
I would like to add Mark Wahlberg to this.
You want to kill Mark Wahlberg?
No, not kill him. So he can save the
crew.
crew.
So good.
Yeah. Right, because he's like famously said that he would have stopped 9/11.
I would do. Actually, it would be sick if you just put a bunch of badasses in there and saw how they get out of it.
Schwarzenegger.
Like you get Mark Wahlberg, you get Schwarzenegger, you get Captain Phillips. No, who's the captain who landed the plane in the Hudson? Sully. You get Sully in there. Yeah, you know.
Sully would be sick in that.
Sully, dude, imagine if Sully.
Cool.
It's like Die
Sully
Hard. He's always in a new terrorist situation. It's like John McClane. Sully's like he's landing a boat. He's fucking doing all this shit. He's sick.
Love our next question. Hey, Joey, my question goes as follows. Devan, you're the captain of the sub, and the Logitech gaming control runs out of the batteries. The only way to recharge them is using a crank-style sex recharge thing. How long does it take you guys to have an underwater orgy with John? And who goes first? Love you guys. Wanted to ask you a gay question for quite some time now.
Jesus Christ.
What have we done with our lives? What have we done with our lives?
Isaac out there is like, I really wanted to do this.
This guy's like, he's like, I've been waiting. I'm a little trepidatious. But after about 5 months, I realized I should finally ask my gay question to them.
Didn't want to give you guys the rigmarole.
JP Ryder Morgan.
I'd start doing it immediately. I'd be gay to save our lives.
Yeah.
Every question
You'd
is how
suck me in
fast
a
would you
minute.
be gay? Every single
gay
question.
Immediately. The minute they go, oh, we're failing, I go, all right. I'd open my ass cheeks up and go, fuck me.
Dude, I wouldn't fuck you.
Oh, really? Not to save our lives?
Nah, dude. I'd let you I'd let you die, dude. No, bro. I wouldn't do that shit, dude.
You're a homophobic piece of shit, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay homophobic, bro.
It's Pride Month, you fucking asshole.
You're a real prick.
Next question.
You're a real prick.
Dear John.
Yeah.
If the crew of the sub were as fat as you, how many semen could you fit on board? And is that more or less semen than can fit inside your belly?
Okay. This is a double entendre, right? So you have semen as like a sailor versus semen as in sperm.
Yeah.
Right. So
From MF Electric.
MF Electric. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I fucking starfished in that sub, I'd probably only be able to like. Do you think I could take up maybe? It was 15 feet, right?
What
was it?
That's, yeah, we're probably around there.
Yeah, you probably just fit a few of me. You know.
All right, next question. Hopefully, no more gay stuff. This is a serious question for John.
Oh, sick.
If John was the captain, would he shove the controller up his big, thick, hairy gay ass to steer it, or use his sexy, long, gay tongue to steer it?
I'd use the tongue, dude.
From Zorab. Okay.
That'd be hotter to look at. Yeah, it's like fucking, you can't even see the controller, but if you see my tongue manipulating the analog sticks, it'd be great.
Yeah, of course.
All right. Hopefully we get a real one, because I learned a lot about subs for this.
Yeah.
Hey, next question. I'd be curious to hear what you guys would do if you were in that situation, and what ideas you'd have to survive. Didn't get a name.
Okay. If I was in that situation, right? So we would, how do you think you could have, there must have been warning signs. Do you think you hear like creaks?
Well, so
cracks?
this sub this is one of the design aspects that was criticized. One of the specs on this thing that people are lighting up online. Most submarines use like a scanning system to detect pressure faults in the engineering. These guys pioneered some new system using microphones to listen to creaking sounds.
Echolocation.
No.
Oh, to listen. Oh, it's just a very, very sensitive microphone.
Exactly.
Okay,
so, yeah. And so people were saying, like, this isn't efficient. The scan systems already works. Like, we don't, this doesn't make any sense. So, obviously, if I could go back in time and engineer the thing, I would say, like, let's follow some protocols.
Yeah.
Am I on the sub without being able to change anything? I guess I would just I would drop the ballast tanks.
I would meet the captain. So
they did drop the ballast tanks. I would
You dropped the ballast?
They did drop the ballast tanks. So they think
hasty ascent.
I think they were going a little too fast.
Yeah, and it probably shook it up a little bit further. I'm picturing a scenario where both on the boat, right? Joey's got the captain, and he's trying to tell him about the fucking thing.
Yeah,
and like I'm like a Suge Knight character, and I'm like taking him and like pouring. I'm like holding him over the side of the boat, and I'm like, you better fucking use the laser scanning system, you cocksucker.
Yeah.
And like Joey's like, this sound thing doesn't sound good, buddy. It sounds kind of like a goof, to be honest. And but if I'm in the sub, do you think they heard anything? Do you think they had? Well, they lost contact and shit, bud.
Well, no. So yeah, they definitely heard stuff, and so the suspicion is that they started to hear creaks and cracks.
Yeah,
and they dropped the ballast tanks and they imploded on the way back up. But by then it was just too fucked up, and they still imploded.
Yeah.
Going to skip Devan because he doesn't understand science.
No, I don't care.
Yeah.
Next question.
Science, what the thing that got us all to get the vaccine, huh?
Hell yeah, dude.
Wow, what a thing. I wish I looked into it more so I could, kill my family. Wow, love science.
Jesus Christ.
It went from being about fucking, making volcanoes out of hot dogs and vinegar to, killing your family.
Next question. Dear John, according to the Coast Guard, the Titan submersible suffered a catastrophic implosion, resulting in the death of all 5 passengers. Do you feel a sense of kinship with those lives lost, as you yourself have suffered from a catastrophic implosion after having so many trains ran on you from Joseph? Don't even answer. Don't even dignify.
Come on, Joe.
Next question. Were they butt fucking knowing the sub was going to implode, or were they gooning it out individually from Yellowbird? What is gooning?
I don't know, but that's great. Oh,
Hopefully they're
gooning?
getting it out individually.
Gooning
dude.
is, it's something fucked up. Hold on. Let me look up the definition.
Gooning?
Somebody told me this recently.
So were they butt fucking? This guy wants to know, though. I don't
It's the state that you achieve after a prolonged edging session.
That's not that fucked up. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's actually not that fucked up.
Yeah,
I think they were gooning.
I just like gooning. I pictured like a bunch of goons down there just like beating their dicks. But I was hoping they were just like raping each other at the bottom of the sea floor, and like they were like eating each other. Like the fucking Pakistani guy was like getting torn to pieces.
Who, Matty Rat?
Huh?
Matty Rat.
No, not Matty Rat. Matty Rat was in that sub.
God bless Matty Rat.
Matty Rat was in that fucking sub.
In this sub.
I would have put Matty Rat in the sub. Mark Wahlberg, fucking Sully. I would have put Sully in there. I would have put Buzz Aldrin.
All right, how many more questions we got, John?
None of your business.
Yeah.
Next question. Was this experimental submarine really just a fetish toy out of a demented billionaire's S&M dungeon? Yeah. Imagine how much gooning you would Another gooning.
More gooning. They love gooning, these folks.
Imagine how much gooning went on in there at the thought of being locked inside.
Yeah, because they were edging.
It's a physical. It's like a
CG. But that's weird.
It's like a cock cage.
It's not weird. You get it.
It's like a cock cage.
There's no better cum than when you're about to die. Imagine being on a plane. They go, "We're going down." You start jacking off. Imagine that cum right before you hit the floor.
Yeah.
Okay, we have a few more questions.
Jesus Christ, Joey.
This is actually, I'm actually starting to get annoyed as to how many fans we have.
There used to be like 5 questions.
If we get any bigger, which would still be like not even that big of a show, and we ask these questions, it'd be like, Jesus, Joey, did you like edit them?
Yeah, we're gonna need those fucking Iranian kids at the end of Argo that are putting the goddamn documents together to go through all these
great
questions.
Reference. I had no memory of that movie. But good reference.
I ignored 50%.
I know. People are upset every week. They go, fuck you, you ignorant.
By the way, the way it works, if you want to get like locked in on the corner, respond right away.
Yeah,
what
it's immediate. It's immediate. Joey will post on Friday, every Friday, about around like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you get locked in.
And so what I do, though, is I just copy, paste, and then once I have too many, I start reading new ones, and I'm like, well, that one's... It has to be very fucking good to make it.
Do those guys end at those are at the tail end? So why don't you scroll down to the good ones?
No, the good ones are at the top.
Sick.
No, the new ones are at the top.
Oh, word.
So there's no rhyme or reason. Okay, next question.
Yeah.
And listen, I'm giving the people a long show because I care about the fans.
You're gooning the fans.
Oh, you're gooning them.
You're gooning the fans.
This is JOI.
It's a JOI. Hey, pull your cock out and start checking.
Imagine Joey doing
Come on the count of 3.
Joey's like, look at my big biceps.
Hey, here goes next cum.
3. Ooh. Come on the count of 3.
Very good.
2, 1.
You just came. It goes very good.
Great, now eat your cum.
Buddy, you just came your pants. Very good.
Okay.
Come for mommy.
Aquatic hypothetical question for Submarine Corner. How would Devan, the otter, God's good angel...
God's very okay. Sick. I like that. That kicks
Thanks, buddy. Thank you.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna start calling
God's
you that.
good angel.
What a nickname.
God's good angel.
You're the devil's homo. Anyways, continue.
How would the God good Joey and
So
John?
I'm God's good angel. So what would he?
How would Joey and John, the faggy fat man, persevere if they were stranded together in a submarine and came face to face with the undiscovered deep sea Lovecraftian horror?
Oh, I got this.
No. We there's a giant monster in the water.
Yeah.
And
we're in a submarine and we
You're God's favorite angel.
You're God's favorite angel. and we see a giant Lovecraftian monster. How do we react?
Do you know what that is, Devan?
It's
like a big giant squid man. Squid man.
Okay.
Like the size of the Empire
How do we
State Building.
react?
Devin hates snakes and shit. So
you would start crying.
You start crying like a little girl.
I'd be fine. It's not a snake.
Next question. In the scenario.
Next question. I mean, I would fucking kill it, and you guys would be like, "We gotta fucking kill this thing." And then I'd be like, "Guys, let it be. It's beautiful."
Devin would be like, "Let's suck it."
I'd be like,
Devin's like, "Why don't we go down another 3,000 feet so we can see its balls?"
It's 3,000 feet
It's really big. So like, he's like, "Listen, we need to descend. We need to descend so we get right in level with its nuts."
Like the captain's like, "Why do you want to see under it? Like, why?"
I'm God's favorite angel. And I need to see this thing's nuts.
He's like, "Well, go," but I don't get it.
This
I don't
thing's
see
nuts.
why. All right. Next question. In the scenario of you guys being trapped in a submersible with only days left of oxygen and no chance of being rescued, who among you would be the first to lose their mind? My money would be on Devin.
It'd be Joey. Joey, you would go insane.
My money's on Devin. Otters can only handle so much until they break. Longtime fan of the pod since the first version of the pod. Love you guys.
Oh,
Carlos.
wow.
Carlos.
I hate that you love it, fan. Thank you,
Carlos. Shout
what
out
a legend
Carlos.
you are, Carlos. You have his last name or anything, or can we plug him? Or
No, he's like he's a
guy.
regular guy.
Thank Carlos. We appreciate that.
Joey would go nuts.
I forget what the question was, but I would.
Who
win.
would first one to go crazy on the sub? Joey would go insane.
Joey would go crazy. Joey can't sit still while watching a movie. We had to leave John Wick 4 because you couldn't sit still. You can't even watch.
We were all hammered and nobody wanted. And John is the guy that can't watch.
You're the
movies.
reason we left John Wick 4.
I watch 6 movies a day.
Well, yeah, but you're not hammered.
Yeah, when I'm sober, I watch 6 movies.
Well, I'm
so
saying.
what am I hammered on the sub?
Yeah, right. Yeah, you wouldn't do that. You kidding me? We get on the sub. You'd be like, hold on, let me make a pit stop at 7-Eleven real quick.
That's actually a really good point. I would never go on a sub.
You would never go on the sub. You'd be hammered and restless an hour in. You'd be like, what is it? Guys, like, how about we go back up?
I was trying to open it up.
Yeah, you'd be trying to open the door. Like
I could bet I could swim in this.
You would
We're at
kill
the bottom of
everybody
the
immediately.
ocean.
You'd be like the guy that every once in a while we see like on a Southwest flight, somebody tries to open the door.
Yeah.
On the plane.
Like the guy
You'd be
sitting by
that
the
guy.
exit.
That's you.
So if I were sober, I would last the longest. I would die like a king, and you guys would be
That's
crying.
true. If you were sober, I think you would do a lot of
you
great
would just
things.
take a nap and then
But
you'd be like,
drunk, I definitely would be flipping out and being like, "You fuck!" I'd be harassing the captain.
Yeah, you'd be putting lemon party
You'd be
on
a
the
horrific
screen.
person.
You'd be like, fucking.
You would press the button that like fucks everything up.
Well, I'd be going like, "Why the fuck? Like, why didn't you design this thing better?" I'd start going on.
The
about,
ODD starts flaring.
Yeah, I go, "Why? You were so fucking confident, you piece of shit. You convinced my fucking friends to come on this submarine, and now listen to that creaking and that fucking cracking."
You wouldn't say anything that coherent. You go, yeah, cuck. Yeah, cuck.
It's a cuck marine.
Yeah, are you Titanic cuck?
You're gay for the Titanic.
You'd make no sense.
Well, depending on how hammered I was. It depends
What
on
do we
how.
got?
How many more questions we got, bud?
Couple more, queer bait. Don't stop asking. It's none of your business. Next question. If you were stuck in a Titan sub below the Titanic, how would you make sure you survived or were the last alive? Gabe Redmond, who has been making clips, hate watch clips.
Oh, is that the guy that made the last one with the hate? Oh, all right.
No, that was Mike Solo, I think.
Oh, fuck.
And then Yarmals is on.
Yeah, Yarmals
Hate
makes our.
Watch.
By the way, thank
On
you
his-
so much, Yarmals. They look
Yarmals
great.
is the
They look
greatest
great.
fucking sign ever, and his editing is so good.
When he comes out to LA, I'm gonna have to commission him to basically fix up my home.
Yeah.
I love Yarmals.
He needs to-
I've never been so excited for somebody to move.
He sent me that bar. He sent me like a bar thing with a bunch of cups, and I've left it at your place because if I bring it to my house, I don't know how to put it up.
It needs to be like bolted
It needs to be
in.
bolted in, and I need Yarmals to do it. We can go to Musso and Frank's or something. I'll buy you dinner. What do you want?
So Gabe, though, is saying, how would you be the last one to survive? And I guess
Devin dies first.
Devin dies first.
You would want us to kill you.
What?
We're trapped at the bottom of the ocean,
No,
bud?
here's the thing.
No way to get out?
I play dumb. I'm like stronger than both of you.
No, you're not.
This is Devin's like I'm big too kind of moment.
You guys have
where he's
no
like,
idea.
I'd survive under the sub too.
You guys
I'd
have
be
no
okay.
idea what I'm capable of. You would start getting all gay because you can't call your girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Joey would be like, man, I can't fucking watch stuff on my phone or something. I would sit there like a monk, like a Buddhist, and I would be fine. You guys have no respect for me.
It's like a recent development.
Truly, like you guys have zero respect for me, and I would kill it. You guys have no understanding of what I'm capable.
Why don't we simulate this?
How?
We get some cardboard box.
Sure.
Then we sit in the cardboard box.
Yeah, okay, I'll stay there forever.
Devin,
you're the one that's going to need to take a giant shit,
tenacious.
or you're going to need to go get Doritos.
Last question.
John's going to need to go get ketchup flavored Doritos
They're so
at some
good.
point.
They're so
John
fucking
actually, he's disciplined.
They're
John's
so
literally, he's massive child.
They're so
You're just
good.
a giant fat child.
I kick ass and I reject this. Anyways,
Well,
continue.
I accept it.
Nice try. John rejects it. Last question. John has to pick 4 other people to go on the exact same mission.
Oh yeah, all guys.
Yeah.
This is weird. Some guy said 5, so we already answered that. We can end it.
John would go to a Chippendales and be like, "You come with me."
All the buffest dudes from Chippendales.
Yeah, all the buffest guys.
All right, well, that was it.
All right, folks. God bless. Good night.
I love
Wait,
you
can
all.
we play this?
Yeah, it's been on YouTube for 9 years.
Fuck yeah.
Hate Watch Podcast, patreon.com/Hate Watch Podcast. Thank you so much. This is not.
Yeah, I don't. I
the
think
SpongeBob SquarePants theme without the fucking singing sucks.
you don't even know this
I had
music
no idea.
exists.
I thought you were gonna sing.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna sing. No, I can't do
don't
it.
even like. Then, yeah. Then never mind.
Good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night, guys. We love you.
Joey R. LaFleur on Instagram. Joe Rolla on Discord if you want to get really wild.
Don't promote Lemon Party on this.
We're not.
Oh, shout out to fucking what's his
kidding.
face?
John, say your stuff.
John Badman on fucking Instagram with 2 Ds. Shout out to Will Larkin. Thanks for coming by the bar. Good fan.
Oh, you said
Nice
you went
guy.
to St. Francis, right?
He went to SF. Good classic SF boy, Will Larkin.
That's good. I don't think I never met him.
He's
But
a sweet boy.
I love anybody at St. Francis High School that respects me.
Yeah.
Fucking Beatles kick ass.
The Beatles kick ass.
Yeah.
That's not the instrument.
I know. I know.
They did not have
I didn't
that,
notice
like,
the
Kenny,
sax
They did
in
not
that
have that
shit.
Kenny G saxophone.
I understand,
The
but
original
it's-
song. That's why we got away with it. God bless you all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.